You know what we do here. This is Stocks Up and Stocks Down. And we're going to be talking about UFC Fight Night, Abu Dhabi, Whittaker versus the Ritter. My stock is down after that card. Oh my God, there were so many upsets. I didn't even like the main event. But let's just jump right in. Let's see whose stock is up and whose stock is down. Stock up, Shara Bullet. Shara Bullet bounced back after coming off that decision loss versus MVP. And he really showed guts, man. He toughed it out. A lot of people thought he could have got the finish. He didn't get that. Even though he didn't get the finish, I thought his grit was enough to have his stock raise a little bit, right? He had his nose shattered at one point in the fight. It looked disgusting. But he was able to rally. He was able to win. Other than that moment, too, I think he was dominating the striking exchanges. He was showing mean elbows in the clinch. He showed great takedown defense. I really think Shara Bullet is showing that he could be a contender in the middleweight division. I thought the MVP fight was just too much too soon for him. And I think now he's back on the right path that he needs to be of slowly climbing up the ranks. Stock down. It hurts me to do it. It hurts me to do it, but we got to go with the Reaper. Bobby Knuckles. Robert Whittaker. Your stock's down, my friend. I thought he won the fight. I really do. And it's not just because I bet on him. I really thought he won this fight. I thought that he did enough in rounds 1, 3, and 5, I believe, to win it overall. But he lost. He lost. And now this is back-to-back losses. And this is a guy that was ranked, I think he was ranked 12 when the fight took place. So Whittaker's definitely going to drop down the rankings, and this really takes him out of title contention, where if he won this fight, it still would have took him about 2 more fights to get a title shot. But now he's way out, and with his age and his mileage, I just don't see it happening again. So Whittaker might be in his fun fight era, so his stock's definitely down. Stock up. RDR, Rainer de Ritter. Again, I didn't think he won the fight, but you just beat a former champ. Now you got some big fights on the horizon. You beat a super hyped guy in Bo Nickel. You beat a former champ. They're going to be looking to give you big fights. Now you got guys like Paulo Costa coming off wins, right? You have Bahalio in the middleweight division. You have Nasruddin in the middleweight division. All these guys are on the brink of title shots. It's going to take maybe just 2 guys fighting each other and skipping the line, right? If RDR gets a fight in the next couple months, he might skip the line. He might be very soon to get a title shot because the title fight's happening very soon, right? Title fight between Dracus and Hamzat's happening in August. So if RDR gets another fight, maybe, October, November, December, probably more November, December, he could be fighting for a title within the next 6, 7, 8 months. It's crazy. It's crazy to think, but that's what happens. That's what happens when you win against former champions, even though I don't think you won. Oh, well. Your stock's up. Congratulations, RDR. Stock down. Carlos Leal. Leal suffered a quick first-round knockout against Muslim King of Kung Fu, Salikov. He was a huge favorite. A huge favorite. And I thought he was a guy that was going to be a problem in the welterweight division. And since he's in the welterweight division, getting dropped in the first round like that really sets you back, right? It's such a deep division. There's so many talented guys in there, so it's hard to climb up. So when you have a setback like that, it's really going to hurt your chances. So Carlos Leal, I think his stock might have dropped the most. He might have had the most or the highest stock drop from UFC Abu Dhabi. Sorry, Carlos Leal. I thought he was going to dominate. Guy got slept in the first round. Terrible. Terrible. Stock up. Petr Yan. Now, Jan's kind of in the opposite boat of Robert Whittaker here, right? Because when you're a guy who is ranked in the top 5, you want to hold off the guys ranked around the top 10. Because those are the guys who could take your spot, right? They're coming for your spot. They could take your spot. Petr Yan held off Marcus McGee. And Marcus McGee, a lot of people thought this guy could give Yan problems. And he really didn't. Yan really showed his old self here. I thought he dominated the fight. He looked great in there. And he's a guy that, as a former champion, he's not far away from a title fight. He lost about 4 or 5 fights in a row. Now, at this point, he rattled off 3 in a row. Petr Yan isn't that far away from a title shot. And then if you look at the 2 guys fighting for the belt, you got Merab the champ and Corey Sandhagen. Merab and Petr Yan don't like each other. I don't care if Merab dominated him 50-45. I love watching fights when I know guys don't like each other. So I want to see it again. And then Corey Sandhagen, Jan has a win over him. So Petr Yan is not far away from a title shot. And that's coming off of a win over a guy I don't even think was in the top 10. So yeah, man, I think Petr Yan really raised his stock in Abu Dhabi. And the fighter whose stock dropped the most, in my opinion, is Nikita Krylov. He suffered a first-round knockout to Bogan Guskov. I do not think Guskov's that good. I thought Krylov was going to dominate him. And he was showing how much more technical he was early in the fight, but Krylov's chin's done, man. His chin's dusty now. It's gone. It don't exist. Krylov stoned him, man. Stoned him. And, Guskov stoned him. Krylov got stoned. I just don't see him coming back to being a top 10 guy. And he's been a guy who's been in the top 10 since I've been in high school. He's been in the top 10 forever. And I just don't see him getting back there. You know what I mean? I think he's done. So losing to a guy like Guskov is just not good for your career. I think once Guskov fights someone with a chin in the light heavyweight division, I think they're going to dominate him because he's not that good, right? So yeah, I think Krylov, he's going to need a lot of help if he's going to want to stay around long term in the UFC. Those are the stocks up. Those are the stocks down. Now, I hope you like, share, and subscribe. And if you agree with me, leave a comment. If you disagree with me, leave 2 comments. I'll argue with both of them. I don't care.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.